Good afternoon, ECU students. Thank you for joining us for the online science enrichment preparation program information session. My name is Kevin Gray. I serve as the programs officer for the Carolina Higher Education Opportunity Programs Office here at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And I'm excited today to talk to you about the NCHCAP Science Enrichment Preparation Program. So let me give you a little bit of guidance as far as our session today, as well as the chat function that you can also access if you are viewing the video via YouTube. There is an open chat field that should be to the right of the screen, and you will be able to ask any questions that you may have in that chat field in real time. And at the end of the presentation, I'll be able to look at the chat field and answer some of your questions. Also today, we hope that we may have a S.E.P alumni to join us today to share a little bit of insight into their experience into the S.E.P program, and hopefully that might give you a little bit more insight in addition to what I shared today. Another thing I want to share is that unfortunately my presentation is not going to be able to appear on your screen, but what I can do is if you share your questions or your information via the chat, you may also share the information and questions via our email account, which is SEP program, one word, SEP program at unc.edu. You can email your questions there as well during the information session. And at the end of the session, I can also access your questions there and answer those as well. The last option you might have is to tweet us your questions at NCHCAP. And that's our Twitter handle. So before I get started and really talking about the Science Enrichment Preparation Program, I want to share with you a little bit about our office and the work that we do and kind of place S.E.P in context of that work. So firstly, I will say that I mentioned the name NCHCAP. So NCHCAP stands for the North Carolina Health Careers Access Program. This is a program at UNC. It's interinstitutional. That means there are other offices throughout the state of North Carolina. And that also means that we serve students throughout the state of North Carolina as well. So NCHCAP has the core mission of educating, training, and ultimately ensuring that students coming from diverse backgrounds are employed in health professions. Now for us, diverse backgrounds means students who are coming from low income, first generation, rural, and underrepresented backgrounds. So that's our target population. Now, our office, as I shared, is situated in a larger office, which is called the Carolina Higher Education Opportunity Programs, CHEOP. And what CHEOP does is take the same population in the work that we do with NCHCAP and really looks at that from a variety of perspectives. So before students are able to get into college or into the health professions, they have to do some things first. First, they need to make sure that they are successful in high school and are able to matriculate into a post-secondary educational experience. And that is where another one of CHEOP's programs, the Upward Bound program, which is a TRIO federally funded program by the Department of Education, really has the goal of targeting students from those backgrounds and ensuring that they have access to college. Another program within the CHEOP office, again, not necessarily related to the health professions, is the McNair Scholars Program. And this program really targets students who are interested in pursuing PhDs and ultimately becoming professors. So what we really do is provide an intense research experience for these students at UNC to ensure that these students matriculate into graduate and doctoral programs and ultimately can achieve their goals pursuing research at the doctoral level and joining the faculty of one of the institutions across the country. So let me bring all that work back down to the S.E.P level. S.E.P is really geared towards students who are interested in the health professions and who are first and second year students. And I like to say that S.E.P has really three components, one of which is preparation. We want to ensure that students are prepared for the journey into the health professions. Enrichment, again, that it's about preparation and ensuring that their skills are really at the top level to make them competitive applicants. And then we also have exposure. So the students are fully aware of not only the health profession in which they have an interest, but other health professions as well. So they have a broad understanding of what the healthcare system looks like and what their role may be in that healthcare system. So let me start with preparation. So I have to say that S.E.P is really an academic summer program. It's an academic program, which means that you are definitely spending a lot of time as an S.E.P scholar in the classroom. We're taking courses such as human physiology, organic chemistry, physics, biostatistics, and quantitative skills. And we selected these courses because these are key prerequisite courses for many health professional programs. Um, and in order to prepare you for these courses, we make sure that you have the best support possible, which includes PhD level faculty. And these faculty members have worked with our program for a number of years. They are committed to the success of students, and many of them have received teaching awards at their respective institutions for really being able to mentor and instruct students to really succeed in the science and math courses that we are going to throw at you in the S.E.P program. In addition to those faculty members, which is there's one for each of the 4 courses, there are also what we call program assistants. Now, these program assistants play more than one role. These students will assist you in the classroom, similar to what you may know as a TA, a teaching assistant. But these program assistants also play a broader role in the program. Firstly, many of these program assistants are S.E.P alumni themselves. And these assistants also have matriculated in the health professional programs. So these are students who have graduated from S.E.P, are 2 or 3 years out from their S.E.P experience, and are actually medical school students, dental school students, veterinary school students, students in school pharmacy or public health. So they really understand your journey in a very intimate way. Another benefit is that many times these students are actually residing in the residence halls or apartments with you during the S.E.P program. That will give you additional support, even outside of normal daytime hours when you'll be studying. And it'll also allow you to gain a little bit of mentorship from these program assistants as well during your time in the summer, and really understand what professional school is like, what the journey is like from students who have gone through the same journey that you have. Now, again, I must say that the program is academic, so the schedule looks a lot like, and perhaps is even more intensive than the schedule you have at your undergraduate institution. So you're in classes from 9 a.m. to about 3:30 a.m., 5 days a week. And again, we feel that this is important because these classes will allow you to prepare for some of the prerequisites you're going to take when you return to your institution. So, for example, if you need to take human physiology or organic chemistry, you're going to take it in the S.E.P program. One key question that students often ask is whether these courses are offered for credit. You get UNC credit for taking these courses. The answer is that is up to your institution. Some students have received credit for their participation in the course, others have not. But if you really step back and take a broader look at the S.E.P experience, you'll be able to see that these courses offer you the opportunity to make mistakes, to learn new skills, to get a lot of support, and gain exposure to the material that you're going to see later on. And all of this can be done without detrimentally impacting your GPA. So I think in and of itself, that's one great opportunity to take these courses during the summer so that you can go back to your respective institution and really knock the courses out of the ballpark. We all know that in order for any student to be a competitive candidate, they definitely need to have the grades. The grades are a key component of that. Now, we recognize in S.E.P and our advisement to students who want to pursue the health professions that grades aren't the only component, but we do know that that is a significant component of students being competitive for a health professional program. So we definitely want to focus a lot of time on your academic preparation and make sure that when you return to your institution, you are sailing atop of the crowd so that you are a competitive applicant from your institution to any health professional program. The second piece of S.E.P. Is really, again, the individualized academic support. And in addition to having faculty members, program assistants, and the NCHCAP staff working with you throughout the program to ensure that your academics are sound, we also want to build on skill sets that will play a key role in your educational experience, not only in the sciences, but really across the spectrum of your undergraduate education. So we work with our, local academic center here, what we call a learning center, and we work on skills such as improving reading speed, note taking, test taking, and study skills. All of this is to really not only prepare you to succeed in undergrad, but once you get to graduate at health professional school, the volume of material you'll receive will be tremendous, unlike anything you've ever seen before. And a part of the S.E.P. experience, and why we throw so much science at you in such a short period of time, is to prepare you for what that's going to look like at health professional school, but also give you the skill sets to help you develop across the program so that you will be successful. Again, once you return to your institution, you'll have some new tools in your tool bag in order to help you be successful in this. Another key component is test preparation. In addition to a GPA and grades, we also know that standardized tests are an essential component for admission. They are part of what we call the numbers of admission. So we offer standardized test preparation. Oftentimes we work with companies such as Kaplan and Princeton Review in order to provide that test prep. And that's happening every day of the week during the program. So between that 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock hour in the mornings before classes, you'll have the chance to work with instructors from Kaplan and Princeton Review to really hone your skills on standardized test preparation. And I think because you're so early in your academic programs as a freshman and sophomore students, this really gives you some great exposure to these standardized tests. Now, you will not walk away from S.E.P. knowing everything you need to know about the PCAT for pharmacy school, or the DAT for dental school, or the GRE for any number of other health professional programs. But you will have some exposure. You will walk away with some materials. You will walk away having taken real length practice tests. So you will walk away with some really good experiences and resources that will prepare you well for when you make time for yourself to study for these standardized tests. It will talk to you, the programs will talk to you about creating that schedule for yourself and how best to pursue that schedule and balance the coursework that you have. That is a key question that many students have, and S.E.P. is really an opportunity for you to gain some really good foundation in these standardized test skills, and exposure to standardized tests, and really be able to begin to chart a course for your success in taking these standardized tests. In addition to that, we also offer one-on-one career, academic, and admissions counseling with the NCHCAP staff. So every student here will meet with an NCHCAP staff member, likely to be Ms. Paula Borden. I'm actually giving this presentation on behalf of Ms. Borden. She couldn't be with us today, but she is our Associate Director for the North Carolina Health Careers Access Program and our College Outreach Coordinator. She's also the Director of the S.E.P. program. So you'll have a lot of opportunities to interact with Ms. Borden throughout the program, but you will specifically have that one-on-one time to talk about your specific preparation for your health professional pathway. She's going to be able to ask you those tough questions as to why do you want to go into dentistry, or why do you want to go into public health or pharmacy? So really be able to ask those questions and really be able to discern whether or not the career path you're on is the best fit for you. And I think through your exposure in S.E.P., you'll be able to see a lot of other options and alternatives to the health profession you come in with. We don't want to deter you from your goal, but we want to make sure the health profession you're choosing is not just because that's the only one you know about. And I think Ms. Borden will give you some great opportunities to ask some tough questions to really look at your undergraduate experience back home and give you some tools that will complement the work that your mentors on your campus are doing to really enhance your experience and make you a competitive applicant for health professional school. The second piece of S.E.P that I just alluded to was exposure. And again, we feel that this, in addition to that academic preparation, is a really important component of the program. And we want to do exposure on a variety of levels. So the first thing that we do is we want to expose you to a variety of health professions so that you understand the health profession that you're pursuing as an undergraduate student is the one that is the best fit for you. And we do that chiefly by visiting all of the health science schools here on the UNC campus. And that includes the School of Medicine, the School of Public Health, the School of Nursing, the School of Social Work, our Department of Allied Health Sciences, which includes physical therapy, speech-language pathology, radiologic science, audiology, clinical laboratory science, rehabilitation counseling, genetic counseling as well. And we also visit the School of Pharmacy. So there, in the School of Dentistry as well. There are a number of schools here at the UNC Chapel Hill. And the beautiful thing about that is that these schools are some of the top schools in the country. They really are going to give you exposure to what they're looking for, what they view as an excellent candidate for their health professional program. And that will allow you to really prepare yourself and build those networks, relationships, and connections that will benefit you in the future when they see your face again as an applicant. In addition to health science schools here on campus, we also visit a variety of research institutions, including the National Institute of Environmental Health Science, which is the only NIH facility in the country that's located outside of Bethesda, Maryland. So we have that right in our own backyard, and we will give you an opportunity to see research at a really high level. In addition, we visit Duke School of Medicine, as well as Duke's PA program. And last year, we also had the opportunity to visit the Duke School of Nursing. So there are some great opportunities for you here at S.E.P to visit a variety of campuses on the human health side as well as the veterinary side, where we visit the College of Veterinary Medicine. So you're going to get a broad exposure to a variety of health professions, and that will really allow you to make the decisions that about your health professional future, so that you pick a career that will align best with your passions, your talents, and skills. In addition to just visiting these places, we'll also have the opportunity to have some hands-on workshops and activities so you can really get a sense of what this profession does on a day-to-day basis. One example is that in years past, when we visited the School of Pharmacy, we have been able to do some pharmacy compounding and patient simulations here, which is a huge part of health professional education right now. Patient simulations have been something that we've been able to expose our S.E.P scholars to in the past. In addition to workshops in touring schools, we also have seminars. And again, I share with you that UNC is a place where some of the top schools of health sciences are located right here on campus. So we have the opportunity to partner and work with a number of health professionals and researchers who are just the leading individuals in their fields. And we'll have a chance at S.E.P for you to get interactions with those individuals, whether it be through seminars, through workshops, or even through more informal encounters, such as maybe a coffee house chat. Maybe you'll be able to catch some lunch with these individuals. So that will be some opportunities for you to really get some great exposure, some great mentorship, and build relationships across the health sciences. Another component of the program that students are really excited about is shadowing and networking. And that's something that we definitely highlight in the program because it's a key to really you being able to understand the health profession that you want to pursue, and really be able to make the networks that will leverage your application for the admissions committee. So what we have our students do is shadow at least one time, but oftentimes many more times throughout the S.E.P program. We have our students shadow with health professionals in their fields of interest. And this gives you a great opportunity to really dig down deep into the health profession that you may be interested in, and also to view some other health professions as well. One thing that we try to do is to coordinate at least one experience for shadowing outside of your primary field of interest. So you again are able to tell those stories about your experiences in perhaps pharmacy and compare and contrast those to your experiences in nursing so that you'll really be able to see why pharmacy is the career for you. And oftentimes through those experiences, students may change their minds about the careers that they want to pursue. But that's what we love to see. We love to see students really being able to get a better understanding of the health profession and really be able to tell their story and connect that story to their goals and their visions for themselves professionally. Another aspect of exploring careers is networking. One of the events that we participate in every year during S.E.P is the Larry D. Key Health Professions Recruitment Fair. And this is a recruitment fair that is held at either UNC or Duke. And these recruitment fairs have individuals from health professionals programs around the country coming here to meet you, to see you, to interact with you, and really to recruit you for their programs. They recognize the value and power and preparation that programs like S.E.P offer to students. And they want to make sure that they are connecting with these students at an early place, connecting with you at an early time of your academic tenure to get on your radar because they know you'll be a competitive applicant after participating in programs like S.E.P. And you'll be ready to be competitive applicants to their programs. So they visit in order for you to take in those opportunities as well. Now, I talked a great deal about the number of takeaways that you have for S.E.P. But there are some additional things I want to share with you. There are some perks to the program, even in addition to all the preparation that we have. Number one, I'd say, is that what we ask for you in return for all that we offer to you is for you just to work as hard as you can. This may be the most challenging academic experience you'll have in your academic career today, but it's an experience that will prepare you well for the future. And what we give you in return, in addition to this preparation and exposure, are a competitive stipend. So essentially, we're paying you to learn. We are paying you to participate in this program and just give it your best. And we're going to offer you a competitive stipend for your participation in the program. We'll also offer housing in some of the university's newest housing communities. We'll also offer free parking and all textbooks, learning materials, calculators, papers, pencils, badges, white coats for shadowing. We provide everything that you're going to need in the program through our office, through our services. So it's really a great opportunity for you to just come to campus and give it your all. And we're going to take care of all of the needs that you have in order to make sure that you can be as successful as you possibly can in the S.E.P program. In addition to that, what I think are some of the greatest takeaways from S.E.P is that, again, you get these experiences to really build a community with the, say, 40 to 50 other students who are in the S.E.P program. These are students who are coming from very diverse places, a variety of backgrounds, a variety of experiences, and have overcome a variety of obstacles that have allowed them to get to this place. But all of them have a drive to be successful as health professionals. They have a desire to pursue their goals and dreams, and they are willing to work hard and do what is necessary to make that happen. And just being in an environment with that much energy towards growth, towards progress, towards success is really is an exhilarating environment to take part in. So you'll be able to have those relationships and keep those relationships throughout the rest of your academic careers. These are going to be the individuals that you're going to see on interview day when you're interviewing for nursing school. These will be the individuals who you'll be calling as colleagues across the country maybe 5, 10 years down the road to say, hey, Dr. So-and-so, I just want to connect with you on the case that I'm doing. Or I'm coming into town, I'd like to catch up with you. We really try to make sure that we create a community experience for the scholars. And I think that every year scholars walk away really being able to say, I now have some friends that are on this journey with me and you can stay connected. You also have a chance during the program to take a break sometimes. So usually, unless we have a plan, the weekends are yours. And that does mean that you will be studying at times. But there'll also be some downtimes where you can go ahead and hang out with the folks that you meet within the program. You can take a break and enjoy some of the area in Chapel Hill, Carver, Durham area, or the Broad Triangle. Some more structured opportunities that we have is that we often have a competition every year, volleyball competition. And this is to enhance your grade in physics. So this is an opportunity for you to really get with some of your team, your classmates, form some teams, and see if you could beat some of the faculty and staff members at NCHCAP to really get some extra points for your physics class. And you may not have taken physics, but I assure you, extra points, you'll be pleased with that. Another thing that we do as a community is that we go participate in service activity. Over the last 3 years, we participated in the Coleman Race for the Cure in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is probably one of the largest community service and fundraising endeavors in the entire state and perhaps even in the entire country. So it really is an exhilarating opportunity to come together with your classmates and really do something for the public good, to benefit research, to benefit this event where individuals who have survived cancer are really able to share their stories, some of which you may relate to. So I think it's just really a powerful event for students to participate in. And I think another opportunity is that you get to participate in something in these community service opportunities with scholars in other programs, such as programs in public health or the MED program in the schools of medicine and dentistry. Also have students who are a little bit your senior, but also are here really gaining a similar experience to you, that they're preparing for medical school and dental school. And you'll just have an opportunity to interact with those students as well. So one of the things I want to share with you is a little bit about the program eligibility. As I share, the program is absolutely free, but there are some criteria for students who want to participate in the program. One of which is that students must be a rising sophomore, which means just finishing your freshman year, or a rising junior, which means just finishing your sophomore year. Now, I will say, I'll correct that and to say that you don't have to be these classes, but these classes do have preference. Students who are rising sophomores and rising juniors will have preference in the admissions process, but other students may apply. You also have to have 3 courses that we feel will be really essential to you being able to come to class every day, ready to take in the material that we are going to instruct you in. And that is one college level course in each of the following: chemistry, biology, and mathematics. Now, that does not necessarily mean that you will have to have taken all the courses or have completed all the courses at the time of application. So, for example, if you're a first year student and in the fall semester you only took chemistry, you will need to go have completed those courses by the start of the S.E.P program. So that means if you've only taken chemistry in the fall, then in this spring you need to be enrolled in biology and mathematics courses and complete those well in order to secure your seat in the S.E.P program. So we just want you to have completed those 3 courses by the start of the S.E.P program. Also, there is a GPA requirement. We have a minimum 3.0 GPA requirement for science or overall GPA. I'll say it again. There's a minimum 3.0 GPA for your science GPA which includes your science and your math courses, or your overall GPA. Now, in addition to that, I must say that the average GPA is a 3.40. That's the average GPA. But if you do not have that, if you meet the criteria of a minimum 3.0 science or 3.0 overall, then we will happily take a look at your completed application. One other criteria is that you have to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. So I share all of that, and I'm sure you may have some questions. So let me share a little bit with you about the application process. Firstly, the application process requires an online application, which you can get from our website. Our website is www.nchcap.com. On the front page, there's information about the S.E.P program, and you'll be able to click some of those links to get to the application. In addition to an online application, which essentially asks for demographic information, we'll also ask for 2 statements, which will be considered your personal statement. We'll ask you 2 questions related to your interest in the program, your health professional goals, how your background has shaped those goals, what you plan to take away from the program, and what you plan to offer to the program. So those are the type of questions that we'll be asking in your personal statement. And we consider that a very important part of the application package. That personal statement will really allow you to jump off the page. I'll have to say that S.E.P does not offer, at this time, interview our candidates. So your personal statement is really your opportunity to share information about your story, including if there are any academic hiccups that you need to share in the program, share as well. We also have 2 science faculty appraisal forms, which are essentially forms that have check boxes and a few prompts for your science professors, instructors, or teaching assistants in labs to complete those forms and return those forms confidentially to our office via our program email address or sending those in via mail. You also ask for a letter of recommendation. And this letter of recommendation, this needs to come from some professional that knows you well, can speak to your character, can speak to some of your health professional goals. We want to know that you're the kind of person that we want to bring into the program. And that person who can speak best about you doesn't necessarily have to be a science faculty member. That person could be anyone who knows you well, but there must be someone you have a professional relationship with. It could be a mentor, it could be a college advisor, could be a high school guidance counselor or a high school teacher, but it should be someone you have a pretty good relationship with. It could even be someone who you work with in the community. But again, that relationship and the ability to share information about you, such as your character, integrity, things of that nature, will be essential in the application. 2 other components that we need are your official transcript from your school so that we can verify the information that you've shared about your grades, and financial information as well. We'll also need a copy of your student aid report, your dependent, your parents' tax return forms. Usually that is a 1040 form, or we can take a copy of this fax so that you have submitted it. So those are really the nuts and bolts of the S.E.P program. I mean, it really is a phenomenal experience. It really is an experience that a lot of students walk away with, saying that it's really changed their lives. And I think one of the things that we do that I think really makes us a unique and really powerful experience for students is that once you are part of the S.E.P family, you're always a part of the S.E.P family. We will continue to support you throughout your academic career, on through medical school and into your health professions. So we want to be a support for you throughout your academic career. So I think that's an important part of the S.E.P program. One more key thing that you need to know is that the S.E.P program dates are March 1st. It's the application deadline. And then the program dates are May 16th through July 10th. I'm excited to have had the opportunity to share a little bit of information with you about the Science Enrichment Preparation Program. I highly encourage you to apply from ECU. We recognize that ECU has very strong students, great health professional programs there, and we really want to be able to work with your staff there to support you in accomplishing your goals and really giving you the tools that you need to return to ECU in the fall to be the most successful student you can be. So we're excited to have this opportunity to share with you, and I will be happy to receive any questions that you have. Again, you can send those questions via the chat screen within the YouTube screen that you're watching now, or you can also send those questions in via email at sepprogram@unc.edu, as well as send those questions in to Twitter also, with our Twitter handle being NCHCAP. So I look forward to receiving your questions. What I'll do now is I will mute the microphone, as well as I will mute the camera for just a moment so I can take a look at some of the questions that you may have asked during the information session. So just bear with me for just a moment.